Hello everyone. Today we will be learning how to manage your project using Git and Github. So you don't know how to best use of the branches in Git, then this video is for you. So if you want to manage any good project in a very organized manner, then let's learn how to do that. So let's come to the screen. Okay, see, initially when you create any repository, then it's generally a master branch. We need rename it to the main branch. Okay, so we are currently here. Okay, and from there you will create another branch, and that should be developed. So there are two primary branch that you should have in your repository. One is main and another is develop. Okay, so any feature or bug fix that you will do will be from develop. Okay, for example, there is a feature which I want to add in the project. Let's say the feature is authentication. Okay, so I will rename it as feature slash authentication. Okay, you can name it the way you want. So the idea is to keep the first word as feature and slash the word should be the context. Okay, the context of that feature. Same as bug fix, same for bug fix. And bug fix also you will keep bug fix slash the context. What is that bug fix? Okay, here it's incorrect some. So from develop, you created two branch, and that your team is working on this. So let's say your team is working on this feature. It kept on writing commits. Okay, and it went on till here. And for bug fix as well, it was done in the 3 commits itself. And so once that bug is fixed, you should merge it to the develop branch. Okay, so you'll merge it here. So here you are here currently. Okay, and when you were merging, there was a merge conflict, so there will be some issues, some commits here as well. So you did that merge conflict, you fixed that merge conflict, and there is a commit right there for that. And until here, that feature authentication was kept going on. Okay, and now you decide that the feature authentication is also complete. Okay, so once that feature authentication is complete, you have to merge it to the develop branch. Okay, so now these two things are done. Now you want to make a release, you want to deploy it. Okay, so if you want to make a release, then you will create another branch which says release. For example, let's say I want to make name this release as 0.2.0, which is a semantic versioning. You can learn the semantic versioning in this website, which is a great website. Okay, you will get to know how this 3 number versioning is done. Okay, so to give you an idea, the first number is major, and then minor, and then patch. Okay, the patch is for any quick bug fix. Okay, or any a small change in your code which fixed something. Okay, so so in the release branch is when you want to do the deployment. So when you deployed something, there may be some issues in the deployment, so you fixed that deployment issue here. So there is another commit. Okay, another commit which fixed that deployment issue, and when the deployment issue was fixed, you can merge it to the main, because that is the most stable code version at that time. So you then merge it to the main branch. Okay, so once you merge it to the main branch, you should tag it. So if you don't know, there is a feature of tagging a commit in Git. Okay, so you can also see that on GitHub too. So that tags when you notice the tag, that tag will help you identify at this point this is the most stable version at this point. Okay, so main will contain the most stable and correct version of the code that you will be writing. Okay, but for example, you created you finalized a code version. This is the final version of the code. Okay, but there was some issue, and the table was crashing when it was deployed. You found out later on. Okay, so you will directly create the branch from main. So very rarely you will create another branch from main, and you will name it, for example, hotfix, because it is something which has to be taken care of as soon as possible. Okay, So had hotfix, the table was crashing. Okay, so I fixed that. For example, your team fixed that issue and you created another commit, and that again should be merged to main. So you merge it to main. So right here, when you created a release, that should be merged to the develop as well as main. Okay, so I forgot to tell you. Okay, so in the hotfix, you fixed it. Okay, so then it should be merged back to the main. And when you fixed it and merged back to the main, then this is a patch, so you have to change the version, because main will contain all the tags or the stable version of the code, you will say. uh, so v 0.2.1, that's a patch. Okay, so you fixed it, that's another stable version. Okay, and once that hotfix was merged to the main, you should also merge it to develop, because that will never come to the team who will be drawing from develop. So if there is something updated, then the people will uh, so let's say there is a new feature coming. Okay, then they will take from this, which will also include that hotfix. Okay, so this is what called Gitflow. Okay, if you search on internet, it is Gitflow, and I personally follow this to manage my project. And yeah, and in fact most of the GitHub repository open source projects follow the same Gitflow to manage their projects. There may be some minor changes, and there are some other things as well, like I didn't tell you in this video, is how to write commits. Okay, so that we will see in another video. So hope you learned something new. Hit the like button if you learned something new. Bye.